Hello and welcome to another video, and we are back on the free-to-play. And in the last event, where there was a bunch of faction play stuff to do, I got a whole bunch of that done. Let me take a look here in the event browser, as it keeps all of these recent events in here. The Battle for Luthien faction play event, we got all of these millions of C-bills, and then the conflict rewards. Unfortunately, we had a tie, but we got a bunch of millions of C-bills, 4 million C-bills, and a mech bay, which is always nice to have. So if we look in our Mech Lab, we now have 29 mech bays on the free-to-play account. And as you might hear in the background already, there's a little beep. We'll wait for it. Right there. If you heard that, or if it's showing up in the recording, I'm sorry. The power went out here earlier today, and my landlady is out, and it's the alarm system beeping for some ungodly reason, and I have no idea how to reset it or do anything to it. I just looked at it and it's some weird code. It's like, I don't know what to do. So it's beeping, and I'm sorry if it shows up in the video. I will figure out how to fix it after this is being rendered and I have some time to do it. But for now, we're going to play on the Shadowhawk, because I haven't played on this thing in a very long time. And we're going to do sort of like a full-on energy boat build on this, where we're going to take 2 heavy PPCs, 1 on each arm, and just use them as little peak things. Because as long as we have just basically, if we track the mouse here, like just the cockpit and just that arm exposed, a very tiny profile, we can shoot this one PPC because it's on the very extremity of our mech. So in the Mech Lab, we have a light 250 engine, that way we can lose a side torso and keep going. We have a fair amount of firepower with just 1 heavy PPC, so we want to keep that around and not die if we lose a side torso. Other than that, a couple jump jets so we can fly a little bit. The dual heavy PPCs, 1 in each arm, and then extra heat sinks. Now we're still just leaving it with the current tree that it has, which has a little bit of magazine capacity and missile rack. Yeah, we don't really need to change those for this thing. What would I do? Just get like 1.5% heat gen? It's not really going to matter in the long run. We have our survival, we have our mobility, we have our operations, we have our sensors. We have everything we need. And also, another thing was, because the patch was delayed and all that kind of stuff, there was 2 days of banked premium time right down here. And I haven't activated it yet. I'm not going to activate it in this video because I simply don't have enough time to play this evening in order to really utilize the 2 days of banked premium. So when it comes around to the weekend, I'm probably going to play a bunch on the free-to-play, activate premium time, and get some extra C-bills out of that. So excellent thing for free-to-play accounts. You're getting a little bit of premium time with this last patch because of the downtime. It was extended and went on to another day. So let us get into some matches and hope that that beeping doesn't annoy us. And for the first match of our video here, we are on Mining Collective. So let us see our heat here. We're at base at 3. We're going to fire just 1. 27%. Alright, let's let that cool down again. Back to our base of 3, and now both about 50%. So that is good to know. I need to be basically below 50% in order to alpha strike with this design, as to not, you know, overheat myself in the middle of combat. And I got about 25% on each one, and that's good. Let's move up and let's take the center aggressively. I feel like it. I feel like if anyone pops up here, I can give them a good old smack with my heavy PPCs. So I'm just going to tuck in behind this building here. I dislike going up on this side because this is much better cover than the cover that I have here, comparatively. It's much more secure, but that's okay. We will cope. We are getting Theta. They are trying to shoot into it to prevent the capture. We are getting it, and as soon as we get it, we're going to get out of here, because I don't want to be around for when those guys are attacking that way. So we're going to get down, see if we can do a little damage in our back there as we're coming down, as there were people just waiting for us. But there is an enemy right here. Yes, there is. He's running this way. Multiple enemies. Oh, he hit the post. God damn it. Enemy right up there. Throw out a single one that way, but unfortunately it's not going to hit him. We're going to double back here. We're going to go help these guys back near Gamma. It looks like that is a intense battle situation. Looks like that is what a lot of us are doing. We're going to go back there and just get these like 3 or 4 guys that are back in this area here and rip them to shreds. I got not much alpha damage, but it's pinpoint. And that's what I want to do with it. Right into the CT. Head on in. Push him in. And then... oh! God, died right before I could take him out. Mark up that target there. Keep moving in. Got that ATM's person behind me. Just doing a little bit of damage there. I'll just tuck into here. Wait for some cooling down time. And wait for my allies to reposition. And then head on out. And get another... oh no! The convergence issue!
Yeah, we gotta get target spotted.
Silly. Duder. Oh no, it's an Osiris. I can't actually hit him here. I've got minimum range, so there's no point in firing. But he can't really get out of there without getting schmucked by somebody. No! I'm not getting any good shots with my PPCs so far. This is not good. So he'll turn Gamma over to ours. I've like done like 30 damage and that's it. I'll blame it all on the beeping. That's it. If I have any issues with this match, it's all that beeping's fault, right?
25%.
Entirely. But we are going to head back in towards the center. We are winning this match. It's 5-3. Things are looking good. And I think we're going to go take on this Mad Cat Mark II directly. Help our guys out here in the center. We got our King Crab moving forward. Boom! There we go. 30 damage into that right torso. And again! Right into his CT. Now just one, as we are getting toasty, but I was within 90. I didn't do any damage.
New target acquired.
Boom! Gotcha. Pair of the heavies right into your face. There's Nova Cats everywhere, man. They're everywhere. We don't want to be jump jetting that long, because it takes away from our heat dissipation. And we need to heat dissipate, or else we're not going to shoot as much. And shooting more is always the name of the game. But we're going to get up here, put some more damage downrange to the Zeus. We'll go for that right torso. It could be a XL, but it's not. You know, always do these XL checks. It looked like it was a bit too light of a weapon wraith for an XL, but you never know. We got a couple guys. They're pushing us in. Oh no! We'll just tank here as our allies are moving in, and we are pretty durable. Go ahead, take an arm.
25%. Fuel at 0%.
Boom, yo dead.
New target acquired.
They just like they forgot that I existed and then stopped shooting at me. There's still like 3 in C5. Oh no, my left arm is destroyed. Doesn't really matter because I couldn't use both of them anyway at full cooldown recycle rates. And now our Timberwolf is the only one in there. He's getting beat up on. So we'll pop back in and we'll keep pushing the pressure on these guys. That single heavy PPC. Keep it singing. Shoot from the mech diaper. And eventually we'll get these guys. Oh, hello. Does he not have any MRMs? Maybe. But we'll drop that guy. And he just knows that he has to be close to me in order to not take any damage from my heavy PPC, probably. But we managed to get back from him and put in a nice couple of rounds here. Nice and toasty. Boom. Yes. Epsilon is the last one here, but we're going to go get Gamma. No, is this Sigma? Sigma. And uncap it from those devious enemies. And stop them from gathering too many points. He's going to Gamma. God, this guy's going to Kappa. I'm getting Sigma. And we're probably going to win this this capture race. Because we're just going to have more guys than he can flip over constantly. He's going to uncap his thing at Gamma and flip it, but we're uncapping all other points. And they're not that far ahead. If they were at like 700 right now, we would probably have a bigger issue. But they're only at 600 something. So, oh, don't just not go to Kappa. Dude, why did you just not go to Kappa? People are focusing on the kill. You have to focus on the game mode. They only need like 110 points now in order to win. The guy just needs to like run around and be annoying. So uncap these things really quick. You silly people. Like, he is definitely skirting this edge here and coming towards Kappa. So I'm going to head to Kappa and I'm going to uncap it. But that guy who was heading over here turned around and went away and went across the entire rest of the map. It is not what he should have done. He should have gone to Kappa, full capped it, and stayed there. Prevented him from capturing if he ever turned up. Because they're getting closer to winning here, and they shouldn't be. But we're getting Kappa ourselves, and it is probably... So he's probably just going to turn Theta red, and then he's going to go Sigma if I know him. Because he sees me on Kappa, and he sees Sigma as an easy target. So this should go, he should get off Theta, yeah, right away after getting it. He's going to go Sigma, I feel. I'm going to turn Kappa blue, and then I'm going to go Sigma. But I am... He could also come for Kappa here. But he is most likely going to go Sigma.
Kappa's uncaptured.
And he can't win now anyway. But it was a good attempt. GG to our opponents. But, yeah, see, he's on Sigma. They got to 704. If they had had a few more seconds, they could have won that. So if I hadn't have gone and uncapped those 2 points, they might have won. It is why you have to play the game mode on this game. You can't just squirrel, and that is where that guy taking Kappa, who turned around, was doing it incorrectly. But we got 250,000 C-bills. Gotta love that conquest bonus and that conquest win. They improve your C-bill earn so much, and 390 damage done, 4 kills, 5 assists. And I gotta say, with only that much damage, 390 with 4 kills, a lot of them were kill steals, or shall I say kills secured. But let's move on to another match. And for the next match, we are on Grim Plexus Skirmish. Now, do I have enough jump jets with 2 here? Oh, yes, barely. I have to do it in a couple of little jumps here. Impressions on the Novacat. Nice firepower. A little fragile, but fairly a little fragile, and lower arms, but good. Yeah, I think that's a good way to sum up the Novacat. Freaking beeping, man. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of the goddamn night. I'm just gonna be standing here going beep. Oh my god. But we're moving forward, and we are ready to put some heavy PPCs downrange. 5 at 77 range on these things. Actually not too shabby with some of the range boosts that we do have. So we shouldn't really be that concerned about throwing out a shot early here. Like that. If we could have hit that Osiris, man, he probably wouldn't have enjoyed life. You know, getting 30 damage and his CT this early in the match would not have been a good thing for him. Oh, hello, little cheater. He's gonna just keep trying to back up into cover. No, didn't get a shot at him. Didn't get a good thing at him. But we're gonna just keep moving this way. We're gonna get up to these buildings here. We do have to remember a minimum range, so I don't want to get too close. I don't want to peek around things too quickly. But we are gonna do a little pop-tarty, because we can do stuff like that. We do have relatively low mounts. I mean, like, we have to clear our arms, but it is not that bad. We can cope. It'd probably better for us to peek around things, like say this ridge line here, this hill. But ooh, that executioner poking his way out there. And when I do like to do these little pop-tarty things from ridge lines and such, it's quite nice to back yourself down the ridge line as you do your jump. And so when you do let go, you fall well into cover, and you don't have to worry about continuing to back up even after you land. But I'll just missed him with that PPC. Just fired out the one because I didn't actually think it was going to land. But got a free hit there. That should be an air. Oh, air towards them. Oh, that's a UAV. Gotcha. Enemy UAV is down. And thankfully, they've changed it. They have. We no longer need to hold Q in order to test UAVs. You can just shoot at them, because all enemy UAVs are now non-things, and the allied UAVs have the markers, which is good. There's enemies. Oh, left push, left push. They're coming on the left side. This is not good. Thankfully, we do have some durability here, and we're not perceived as that much of a threat, it seems. And we got people all over the left side here. Very coordinated. Put out some hits there. Rotate my back. Come on, left side, tank for me. Unfortunately, looks like I'm going to go down here unless I can get away, and no, I cannot. But in the middle of that kerfluffle before, I was able to, with 2 well-placed shots against the Arctic Wolf, one of the new mechs, that was standing still, with 2 really well-placed shots, I was able to take off its side torso and get rid of a large quantity of its firepower. So it shows you when you have some pinpoint weapons like this, and you've got the ability to use them, they are quite powerful. However, our allies here are getting pushed in as we are on the losing end of a rotation. And that means that our slow guys in the back, such as this king crab, are getting eaten to shreds. And you really need to unzoom Mr. King Crab, although he manages to get into cover and sort of flips it onto the other side and kind of gets ahead of the turn, but really you should have kept going. Even if there was enemies there in front of you, going forward would have been less damaging than staying where you are, because there was that huge force that was coming up behind you that wouldn't have any enemies moving into them, and therefore they're just capable of firing all they want, where the enemies that he was attacking in the front, that direwolf and such, which have now been defeated by our team, would be focusing on tanking as well as shooting, so they wouldn't be constantly shooting, and their DPS would be effectively lower. So sometimes, if you're between an enemy push and an enemy straggler group, just run into the enemy straggler group. It's the same concept in Star Wars, where they're like, let's just go into the Death, like they're fighting the Death Star above the Forest Moon of Endor. Oh god, I'm being a geek. And they're just like, let's just go into the Star Destroyers because the freaking Death Star will kill us no matter what we do, but at least in the Star Destroyers we can take some of them with us. It's that same idea. Even though you may look at it and go, shit, there's a direwolf, he probably would have lived longer if he pushed directly into it. But we managed to win that. It looked really close there for a little bit, but our team won it for us. We got 130,000 C-bills earned, no kills, but we hit 11 people out of the enemy team. We got 1 kill, most damage dealt. It's probably for that Arctic Wolf, because when we took off his side, we got all of that health from his side and his arm contributed towards us. So anyone else took off his center torso for after that, we would get the kill, most damage dealt with only 280 damage. But let's do one more match for this video. And for the last match of this episode, we are on Polar Highlands domination, moving forward towards the center. Attack! But yes, it is good. Things are going well. Actually, a really exciting thing that's going to happen to me at work next Monday is they just so happen they have an extra little bit of space on a helicopter. So the area that I moved to is called the Caribou. It's in central British Columbia, and there were some really bad forest fires here this summer. Well, they're thankfully out now, and they're working on remediation efforts to clean up after them. And one of the things that they're looking for is decked wood, which this may be really, really sort of boring for you people. I'm talking about wood as I'm playing a MechWarrior game. So when they're fighting a fire, they cut a swath through the woods in order to make space so that the fire doesn't jump a guard. That's what they are. So they take all the wood they cut down very quickly and they just throw it into the woods. They just throw it into the bush and just leave it there because they're not focused on harvesting. But now that fire's out, we can think about harvesting. So they're going to fly around the helicopter and look for all those places because they weren't really accurately captured. And yeah, they're just like, hey, you're the new guy. We have a spare seat. Go in a frickin' helicopter and get a tour of your district. Like, oh god, that's the coolest thing ever. It's be the first time I have been in a helicopter in my life. So I am looking forward to that. Just the fact that I'll be in a helicopter, that's cool. But also that I'm going to see the area that I'm mapping from the air. So it'll be like I'm looking at it down from a map, and I'll be like, oh my god, I've seen that feature. It's amazing. Oh, just in between the Stormcrow's arms. The pity on that. But he's still there, so we can still get another hit off him. Oh, Christ, just above his head. I'm so bad. I'm so bad with these. It's okay, though. We're going off this Nova Cat. Do my little patented take a step backwards before I jump thing. And over his head. Because if you just stand still and then jump up, you move forward ever so slightly. And you don't want to do that if you're right on the edge, right before you'll be able to see over a ridgeline. Oh, jeez, 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 jeez. I see that airship coming in. Looking right there. Boom, that's where I was. I would have gotten hit by that. Put that shot into his side torso. He put a little bit of missiles towards me, but it didn't work out. Oh, and I just ripped that guy's side off. Ugh, that Stormcrow doesn't even want to deal with me anymore. Just leaves. Oh, Artie. Is it air or Artie? I don't see any airstrike, so it's Artie. And also, enemy UAV. Dead. We are doing excellent. Oh, there's that Stormcrow again. No! Low slung bullshit. It's okay, though. We're gonna go after this Annihilator. It's slow, and it's easy to hit. Ooh, is that a hit its right back? Oh, that's kind of cool. That would be kind of good if I could do that a few times. Oh, almost did. Almost took off his side with that. That is a wonder. Looks like they're rotating into Hotel 8. So I seriously injured that Annihilator. No! No! That pain! No, why are we running? Why are we running? They're coming over the ridge. Hotel 8. Turn to shoot.
New target acquired.
Just run away.
New target acquired.
Form a firing line.
New target
That guy just getting stripped.
acquired.
Kilo, CT, CT.
New target acquired.
Got some SERMs coming in. We are going to lose this match though, 0-5. But we do manage to drop him, because we can.
Acquired.
Kilo is droppable. We will drop him.
New target acquired.
This Osiris is also droppable, but I overheat, because I'm bad. I wasn't paying attention to my heat. He's now within range, so I can't focus on him anymore. We'll continue to fall backwards. But this guy, he's on me. I'm not going to live through this. GG to our opponents as we get wrecked in the last match here. But we had an opportunity, and we were all falling back there. When they came over that ridge line, we could have done it. But that's alright. We can't win every single match. GG to our opponents, as one of our last guys here is running off and destroying one of their things for some reason. Really, he should be in the fight doing something. But our last dead is in the fight is an Uzil with a Brawl build, snubs and medium laser, not medium lasers, snubs and MRMs. And he gets taken out. And last, but very not least, is our Wolfhound. And go Wolfhound, to your inevitable death here, as some ER large lasers from that Novacat just rip you to shreds. And he's down. Oh, good game to our opponents. We'll see what the post-game stats are here. We managed to do a couple kills. It was good. It showed the power of having this pinpoint damage. And also, if we had gotten lucky, we had hit, because we fired at that Annihilator and we hit back right for 2 shots. Then we hit back center and back right. If there was a hit back right twice on that second shot there, we would have taken off his right side. And if he was an XL, he would have just been dead, and it would have just been 100-tonner out. But we managed to do 113,000 C-bills, 403 damage done, and we will head back into the Mecha Lab because we have enough money right now. So we're going to be purchasing a new mech, and this is up for you guys to decide whatever you guys want within a criteria. And we're going to take a look at the mechs, and I'm going to show you the criteria here in a moment as soon as this loads. And of course, every single time that I'm actually waiting for it and trying to fill airtime with my voice, it takes its sweet time to load, unlike when I'm just playing normally and it just loads instantaneously. However, oh, there we go. It's starting to run out of things to say. We go into the mech select here, and we have currently, for Intersphere, 2 of everything. 2 lights, mediums, heavies, assaults. I got some missing engines on them, but that's just some swapping engines around to save money as I experiment with builds. And now for the clans, we're missing a few. We are missing 1 light and 1 assault for the clans. I actually thought I was going to get the mislinks out of this recent event, but we just got 4 million C-bills instead. So, the question is, in the comments down below, upvote your favorite clan assault or clan light. And of course, they can't already be a Kodiak or can't already be an Arctic Cheetah, because we have those. So, some possible options for you guys to choose is we have the wonderful Adder, which is a slow but heavy hitter. Cougar, very along the same lines, but the ability to get ECM and some jump jets. We have the Jenner 2C for some fast missile-based or energy-based firepower. There's the Kit Fox, a sort of unique little mech, but relatively weak compared to the others. The Miss Lynx, which is very powerful with its current Crit Lynx design. And into the assaults, we have the the Direwolf, the king of the battlefield, or at least how it should be, with a massive quantity of firepower for all of the guns. The Executioner with some more agility with its mask and jump jets. The Gargoyle, huge engine rating, but that sort of lovable St. Bernard mouthpiece on it. We've got the Highlander 2C, the 2C version of the Highlander. Some good designs you can do on these. We have the Marauder 2C, a fan favorite and one of my favorites here, with various ones that can either be done with energy boating or ballistic boating, depending on what you want to do. The Supernova for a bunch of energy weapons, or in case you want to go crazy, the Supernova A with mass ATMs or LRMs. And finally, the Warhawk, which is a nice blend of some mobility, some decent firepower, and some decent quirks actually as well. But that is going to be it for this video. Choose your mech and put it in the comments below and upvote people that you think you agree with their mech choices. But thanks for watching and good hunting.